The night she met the enemy king, the wind stopped breathing, the stars hid behind clouds, and the whole Pride Lands felt like it knew a secret that would shatter kingdoms. Have you ever seen a heart choose love, even when love meant betrayal, exile, war, and possibly death? Have you ever watched a princess fall for the one lion she was raised to hate? This is the forbidden story of Kiara, who loved the enemy king and nearly burned the world for it. She grew up under the shadow of legends. Daughter of Simba, granddaughter of Mufasa, heir to peace, hope, and the endless circle of life. From cubhood, she was taught one truth: never trust the outsiders. Never trust the blood of Scar. Never trust the lion named Kovu. But destiny laughs at rules. It happened on a quiet evening when the sky turned purple and gold. Kiara wandered too far, chasing a butterfly, playful, careless, unaware. And then the fire came. Flames rose like monsters, cutting her off, trapping her in smoke. She coughed, eyes burning, heart racing. And out of the fire walked Kovu, not as a monster, not as an enemy, as a lion risking his life to save hers. Heat pulled her through the smoke, shielding her from heat, guiding her to safety. When the fire died, silence stood between them, heavy, dangerous. "You're the enemy," Kiara whispered. "So are you," Kovu answered softly. But neither walked away. Days passed, then weeks. Then stolen meetings began at the border, where moonlight hid secrets and the wind carried quiet confessions. They talked about dreams, about fears, about loneliness, about how heavy legacy can be when you never chose it. Kiara saw not Scar's blood, but a heart trying to be better. Kovu saw not Simba's daughter, but a lioness brave enough to listen. And love grew where hatred was planted. It grew in silence, in stolen smiles, in shared stories, in moments too small for history, but strong enough to change it. But secrets never stay buried in royal lands. One night, Simba followed Kiara into the dark. He saw them together, saw her laugh, saw Kovu's gentle eyes, saw the impossible truth. The roar that followed shook mountains. Betrayal, rage, fear. Simba banned Kovu from the Pride Lands, declared him enemy forever. Kiara begged, cried, pleaded, but kings fear history repeating itself. Simba had seen what Scar's love of power did to his father. Kiara's heart broke, but it didn't stop loving. Because love doesn't listen to orders. Kovu returned to the Outlands, carrying hope and heartbreak together. His pride mocked him, called him weak, called him traitor, said he had forgotten Scar's revenge, and slowly, anger began whispering inside him. Love pulled him one way, legacy pulled him another. War waited in between. Then the outsiders attacked. Not small raids, not warnings, a full invasion. Claws flashing, roars shaking valleys. The Pride Lands burned with chaos as lions fought lions under a dark sky. And in the middle of that battlefield, Kiara saw him again, Kovu, now wearing the crown of the enemy king. His eyes were harder, his voice colder, his art buried under rage and pride. "You chose them," he said quietly. "I chose you," Kiara answered, tears falling. "But you chose hate." For a moment, everything stopped. Two hearts, two kingdoms, one impossible love. Then the war continued. Because sometimes love isn't enough to stop destiny. But destiny isn't finished yet. The night grew darker. The ground shook with thunder. Cubs cried. Elders prayed. Thridelands stood on the edge of ruin. and Kiara realized the truth too late. Loving the enemy king didn't just break her heart. It started a war that could destroy everyone she loved. And still, deep inside her soul, one whisper remains stronger than fear, stronger than duty, stronger than legacy. I will save him, or die trying. Because some loves are forbidden, some loves are dangerous, and some loves change the fate of kingdoms forever. Thor. The moment Kiara realized the war was her fault, the world went silent around her. No wind, no birds, no voices. Only the sound of her own heart breaking. Have you ever watched someone you love turn into the very thing they swore to destroy? Have you ever stood between two armies knowing one roar from you could save them? Or doom them forever? Lightning split the sky as the two prides faced each other across the burning grass. At the front stood Kovu, crowned in shadow, eyes glowing with anger he didn't even understand anymore. Behind him were warriors raised on revenge, taught by Zira to hate, to conquer, to take back what they believed was stolen. Across from them stood Kiara's family, Nala, ready to fight. Lionesses guarding their cubs, elders trembling but unafraid. No one wanted this war. But pride, fear, and legacy had pushed them too far. Kiara ran into the middle of the battlefield. Two armies froze. Rain began to fall, heavy and cold, as if the sky itself begged them to stop. "Kovu, please!" she cried, voice shaking. "This isn't you." But Kovu didn't answer right away, because inside him, two voices fought for control. One voice remembered her laughter under the moonlight. The other remembered years of pain, whispers of revenge, promises that only war could bring respect. "I loved you," he said quietly. "I still love you," Kiara replied. The words hit harder than claws. 2. For a moment, his crown felt heavy. His anger felt hollow. His heart remembered who he used to be. But then warriors behind him roared for battle, shouting Skarsnen, demanding blood, and Kovu turned away. The fight exploded. Lions clashed. Thunder roared. The ground shook under stamping paws. Kiara screamed for them to stop, but war doesn't listen to reason. War only listens to rage. She saw friends fall, saw cubs hiding in fear, saw the land itself tearing apart. And suddenly she understood something terrible. Love had started this, so love had to end it. She ran straight toward Kovu again, dodging claws, ignoring danger. She leapt between him and an attacking lion, taking the hit herself. She fell, bleeding, breath shaking. The battlefield went silent. Kovu stared at her, horror breaking through his anger. "Why would you do that?" "Because I won't fight you," she whispered. "If loving you is my crime, then let me pay it. But I won't let you destroy yourself." Tears mixed with rain on his face. The crown on his head suddenly felt like chains. All around him he saw fear, pain, chaos, and realized none of it looked like victory. Looked like Scar's dream. Not his. Kovu roared, not in anger, but in pain. A roar that shook both armies. A roar that broke something inside him. "Stopped," the word echoed across the valley. Slowly, claws lowered. Warriors stepped back. Silence returned, broken only by rain. Kovu walked to Kiara and helped her stand. His voice trembled. "I thought power would make them respect me. I thought revenge would make me strong. But all I did was hurt the only lion who ever believed in me." Kiara touched his cheek gently. "Then choose differently. Choose now." The hardest choice of his life stood before him. Legacy or love. Fear or courage. Hate or hope. And Kovu chose. He turned to his pride. This war ends tonight. We are not Scar's shadow. We are not prisoners of the past. We will build something new. Together, some lions resisted, some cried, some walked away, but many lowered their heads, tired of fighting wars that weren't theirs. Peace didn't come in a roar. It came in silence. Slowly, carefully. Fragile, like dawn after a storm. Kiara leaned against him, weak but smiling. You're not the enemy king anymore. Kuvo shook his head softly. I never wanted to be above him. Clouds parted. Moonlight touched the wet grass. The battlefield that almost destroyed everything became the place where hatred ended. The place where love won. Not perfect love. Not easy love. But brave love. Because sometimes loving the enemy doesn't break a kingdom. It saves it. And in that quiet moment, as two prides stood together for the first time, Kiara understood something deeper than destiny. Love isn't weak. Love is the roar strong enough to stop a war.